our ancestors, they left a lot of sacred texts and rituals in order to show us sorcery or how to become one with God or to access elements. Because everyone on the planet has a Christ consciousness. So Christ relates to a symbol that relates to every black sheep and chosen one in every family. So when you understand the real game of the ancient texts, then you know that you come down to this realm in order to leave the dome or to leave this encapsulation on this realm. But you from a higher plane, and the planet is active or is shifting, and the core of the planet is resetting. It has already reset it. So now we're going into the golden age and of a higher frequency of creation or productivity. So you want to be super optimistic and understand that the more you phase and in and out of different dimensions from a deep intentional thinking, then the more you can quantum leap to a higher level of thinking that's pulling from what's taking place in the heavens. So it's different planets and there's many stars in the sky at night that has many different Earths. So the more you study science or you study the universe, then the more you understand that we live in a mystical world that speaks about a lot of folklore and myth that comes out of the ethers. So Michael Jackson, he used to pull his songs from the ethers and they would write themselves. I wrote a book, right? But my book wrote itself. So it's something, or as many spiritual rewards that's coming to you. And you a blessing to you, and you a blessing because it's only one you, it'll never be two. But also understand that there's a sacred dance taking place within your genetics. The more you tap into a higher dimension or a higher frequency. Love is the highest frequency. So you want to be confident and being confident about being grateful and thankful and loving, and also being somebody to many somebodies, and also a somebody to the ancestors, also a somebody to God and our higher gods. Because our ancestors knew that God has different attributes like the Neteru, different principles. So when you study nature or Mother Nature, you're talking about Neter. Because the ancient Gnostic text speaks about Mother God. And the original Holy Trinity is the Mother, the Son, and the Father. But they took the woman out because when it came to our land in Africa or Egypt or Kemet, we praised the woman. And we was kings, we was royal, but we was royal only by way of the Christ consciousness and by way of our woman. So the power of you is the power of God. So you want to understand the power of the universe, the power of nature, and the principles in nature. So you can really master your feminine and your masculine like a master of the energy. You want to master your frequency and master your fate because you control your destiny. But you want to know that you can harness what's taking place in the heaven astrologically. And you can get to speaking meticulously, serendipitously, what's taking place in the heaven. So you can say everything in a perfect, smooth, clever, cool way. Because you become a channel of what's taking place on a higher plane. So know what you know and stand on what you know, and know that you can tap into a magical flow and to know things that not too many people know. This is a time of supernatural phenomena. So you want to tap into your supernatural state of thinking or believing, because you can do things that science doesn't even know exist. 80% of brain science has not been discovered. The brain creates reality up to 7 to 11 different dimensions in mathematical geometrical structures of just one dendrite, and also is phasing in and out of different dimensions. And so most neural activity is happening in an unseen realm. So you want to know that you exist in dimensions they don't even know exist. So what is your truth? What is your rare observation of this world? Because if you study the timing of different things taking place around you, then you can understand the spiritual indicators that's indicating what's coming around the corner next. If I'm waiting at the bus stop for my kids, I can look at nature for different indications or clues on the bus coming soon. And you can see a lot of different shifts on time when to leave if you know why you see what you see. So the ancestors or God speaks without speaking. The greatest teachers teach without teaching. And God show you What to look, but not what to see. So don't let it go over your head and go over your head twice. Because even when it don't go over your head, it can still go over your head if you don't see into what you see. So you want to see beyond what you see in order to really see into the spirit. You want to listen into what you listen to. You want to hear more than what you hear. Because God speaks to every little detail that you hear or that you see. So if I see a bird fly up, I know I saw that for a reason. If I see a car drive past, I know I saw that for a reason. No matter what it is, it took place for a magical serendipitous reason. And when you chosen, you see what not too many people see. And you got the gift of being super meticulous, super analytical, and detail-oriented. So know what you know, and know that you can see things from a certain magical angle, and you can share a dimension with God. An angel, an earth angel, shares an angle with God or what's taking place in the stars. So speak from a higher plane and be confident in who you are, and know that you came from a higher plane. Know what you know, stand on what you know. It's only one you, it'll never be two. Keep being serendipitous and synchronistic, and know that you the magic that you see, and study the algorithm of the universe, the ones and the zeros, because a game is an extension of a world within a world that's mathematical, consisting of ones and zeros. Our ancestors from West Africa, South Africa, we knew about the ones and the zeros. We knew about the codes, the algorithm, the mathematics of the universe. So we gave mathematics, science, music, art, astronomy, science, psychology to the world. So keep being you and realize you come from an ancient future past. So tap into the future you. Live in that reality. Quantum leap. Like a electron within an atom, it jumps from one dimension to a higher dimension without even traveling in between. So be magical.